Hello everyone, Cheek here with another Transformers review, and today I will be reviewing the Transformers Hasbro Marvel Comics X-Men Ultimate X-Spance crossover. And here he is in the packaging, and as you can see, he has inspiration from Cyclops and Wolverine and maybe even a couple other X-Men that I really don't know. And then there's Wolverine and someone else's. I'm not a huge fan of the X-Men. I definitely want to get more involved in their the stories and whatnot, but without further ado though, let's get to the rest of the figure. He transforms in 34 steps. There's Wolverine with his accessories. Energy Blast transforms, like I said, alright, 34 steps. Lockheed Martin, because it is heavily inspired by the SR-71 Blackbird, which is also why I also mentioned possibly in the past on other videos, I've talked about him possibly, that he is essentially a heavy retool of Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Studio Series Jetfire. So I'm not sure exactly what to expect, so who knows? I've heard good things and I've heard bad things, so let's get him out of the box. So let's go ahead and slice that tape. Get that tape nice and sliced. Now let's go ahead and slide him out. Now, considering how nice this box is, I'm actually really tempted to save it, because the one that I got with Ectotron, that one was one that you couldn't really save because I didn't get the special limited run that they did initially. And then the one for the DeLorean, Gigawatt, was a decent box, but it was a G1 style, which was kind of cool. And don't need anything in this, but it didn't feel worth necessarily saving to me. And then, of course, I've gotten Maverick and his box. I'm probably going to save that one, but so far 2 of them I haven't been able to save. So if I can save at least 2 of them, that'd be great. And of course, here's his instructions, done slightly differently than the rest, but as you can see, very stylized. I think they're going for a comic book vibe, perhaps. But yeah, you go ahead and tearing him from his jet into his robot mode. And pretty much he is just an SR-71 Blackbird with forward swept wings and just being blue instead of black. Although he does have some black on him. And then X-Men logos. And this time I actually have proper scissors rather than just trying to use a pocket knife or just sheer strength. I'll probably have to get the rest from the other side. Let's see, let's go ahead and get that and that. Oh yeah, I already got that one. So I think I got most of everything. Just need to get Wolverine and what's his face out, because I don't know his name. Oh boy. Well, looks like I'm already running into some potential issues. Yeah. Hasbro and their quality control issues. Yeah. That was the main complaint that I heard from someone else, is that on theirs, okay, well then, the wings were very floppy and, yeah, did not want to stay up, so that is definitely a problem. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get Wolverine and this other guy out, and I know some X-Men fan is going to definitely possibly want to correct me on this. They're welcome to correct me, because I really don't know. So I guess let's go ahead and take a look at these guys. There's his face. It's not really highly detailed. It's just pretty much the same color, with just red on his chest running down, red on his hands, and then red for like a headband or headgear. And that's pretty much it. And is highly muscular, as most superheroes are, and made of the rubbery soft plastic. So set him down right there, I guess, at the nose of the plane. And also, it's a little more snub-nosed looking, not as pointy, just a little bit of a redesign from the SR-71. And then here is Wolverine, and as you can see, They kind of messed up his face, but I don't know. I mean, it is a small figure, so what can you expect? At least they got the silver for his claws, blue, yellow, red, and he does have more colors than the other guys, so at least they put a little bit more effort onto him. Let's go and set him down. Actually, it's probably best to set him off to the side, because probably going to get away in the way of X-Spance as he's transforming. Let's go ahead and pop out the effects as well. And this is the one that's supposed to, from the back of the box, looks like it's supposed to go around Wolverine for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, that's something you can do. And then there is X-Spance's missile claws, I think is kind of what they're supposed to be. And then just standard blast effects done in the same pink, purplish, translucent color. And that's pretty much it for what's on the packaging. It depending on how bad his looseness is, if it's like in robot mode as well. I mean, of course, like I said, I'm planning on saving the box, but he's probably just going to be a box display piece if he's going to be that problematic in general. So, I'll be right back with you, and we'll get down to transforming him. Well, first off, before we transform him, let's go ahead and take an even closer look at him in his mode. He does, with the exception of the wings, he does feel somewhat sturdy. But as you can see, lots of robot bits hanging out underneath. Not sure how much of Jetfire he shares, but this is pretty much more hollow than on Jetfire. I think Jetfire's head originally was like over here, so definitely heavy retooling. Landing gear does move up and it does move down, and then there's also 2 additional landing gear in the back, so I do appreciate them having retractable landing gear, so that he can sit down and land like a pretty much normal airplane. He doesn't have a super amount of stuff hanging on the bottom, so I will give him that he looks more like a little more streamlined than other iterations of SR-71 Blackbird styled Transformers, both of them being Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire, one of them being Leader Class from the movie, and then of course the Studio Series iteration. Anyway, gonna get back in a moment. Oh boy, he is quite a doozy to transform. Not so much into robot mode, but more of back into SR-71 X-Men plane thing. Anyway, first things first, I'm going to flip him upside down, and I can guarantee that neither of those wings are going to stay on. I pretty much transformed him all the way without them on because they are some of the first things to pop off. So pretty much first thing, put up his landing gears. Then you kind of just want to pop his feet down. I don't know how essential that is, but that is one of the steps they have. And then you want to untab right here just to take it loose from the main fuselage. Same with the other side. Pop it loose, and as you can see, his hips and waist are now free to move about. And yeah, like I said, doesn't stay on. This one a little bit better, but yeah, but not by much. Okay, so you want to start opening up the panels on the legs, and then same up here. You might have to pop this out, but you just reach in, flip out, and flip out. That pretty much gives you free reign to start opening up his legs, and then you just want to pop that open, and then you just want to wriggle these apart, and then rotate both of them around, and then kind of get that so it's not in the way. You might want to go ahead and straighten that out, and then you just collapse it back up like so, and then you just collapse this down like that, and then just clip these panels right over there, forming his legs, and then you can just go ahead and flip that back. And you would also do something with the wings, although they already took care of themselves. so helpful. So very helpful in the way that we really don't need. Okay, same on this side. Pop out. Extend that out. Rotate them around. To get, then collapse back up. Collapse down. Close panels and clip into place. And then flip back, although this one's kind of made something you're supposed to do before clipping it down. Let's just double check. Yeah, it looks like you kind of need to have it flip back first. Okay, so yep, didn't give me so much trouble on the other side, but yeah, you flip that back and then you just clip into place like so, and you pretty much got his legs done. Oh, and one thing that you note when transforming back into the jet, make sure that you get it up like this, or else before you disassemble or transform the legs, because then it's going to be a royal pain to get it orientated properly. Okay, so there we have his legs complete. Now, let's go ahead and move up, or just move off to the side a little bit as well. But just start pretty much just disconnecting everything on the back. I'll lift this up. You just want to attach it. Just pretty much attach everything. Pull that. Oh, great. Didn't see it. But pull out like that, and then you pretty much just got everything kind of loose, hanging out there. Pop that out, and then you want to collapse this down like that. And then ultimately you want to have these swept up, but you can have them swept down for now. And then I'm going to go back to the front. Let's go ahead and look, because he is kind of tall. And then you just want to split apart his arms, but there's also this piece right here, which is supposed to be on one of his forearms. It doesn't really matter probably which one it's on, but you split that apart, and then this rotates down, forming part of his upright, just like on Jetfire. And then you want to rotate these around. And then these panels right here, you want to rotate like that, so it goes flush with his forearms. This just stays here. You could take it off. You don't have to leave it there, but then you might risk losing it. And then his hands kind of sort of remind, they're definitely much smaller than Jetfire's, but they're pretty much the same type of arms, but just a little bit differently. Then, of course, same on this side. Rotate, flip out, clip into place. And then you want to go ahead and pull this down. It doesn't clip into place as much as I was expecting it to, but it doesn't. And then you flip down that, which reveals his emblem, X-Men emblem. And then go ahead and go back to the back. Let's just rotate him to the side because, you know, it's just so long. And then you just collapse this down like that. Then you want to plug this peg into this hole right there. Get it just nice and clipped in there. You want to have this kind of open like this. Make sure everything's kind of able to move somewhat freely. And then just... This is also one of the parts that's kind of frustrating for me. I don't know why it's likes to be difficult, but you're supposed to get it to where, okay, this stays up somehow. I don't really understand exactly. I managed to do it the first time, but it's fighting me. But you're trying to get it to where these panels are pretty much vertical like this. Let's see. Rotate it around, maybe. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna pause and figure that out real quick. Alright, for whatever reason it was being ornery. I don't know why, but you just get down to like this, and that clip sits right there, and then you clip into place, and then this you can either have it up like this if you want to have it up higher, personal preference. You can have it like here, and then have them up like that. That's how they want you to have them in his robot mode. Like, as per instructions, this is how they want you to have him for his robot mode. And as you can see, I would attempt to put the wings back on his legs, but I know they're just going to fall off. So I'm just going to keep them off for right now, or permanently. Anyway, but this is him in his robot mode. And you can also, this is the main thing it does with the panels, is it has you, says that, hey, you can have him standing up here like so, except Wolverine's panel is maybe a little off kilter and he doesn't want to stand. But anyway, something you can do. You can have him standing up there for whatever reason. I feel like there's just a way for them to justify them having these two random panels just hanging out up there. There is another way to do it that I accidentally discovered when trying to figure this thing out. But you can have them like this, so it looks a little more like shoulder pads than just weird panels staying up. So as far as how I would say you should have them transformed, I'd say something like this with them hanging down, so he has more like a cape, and then big collar or shoulder thing. So I feel like this is how they should have had him transformed. Something like this, or bring this up all the way. You can have them up higher. But of course, personal preference, your toy, display it however you wish. But I feel like this is the best way to do it because it actually looks somewhat cool rather than, well, in my opinion, kind of stupid. But as far as his accessories go, as you saw in the box, just has a blast effect for his hand, and then 3 missiles, which obviously we all know what that's supposed to be. It's just saying, hey, he's got Wolverine's claws, yeah. Alright, now we've taken a look at his accessories, which is just 2 figures and then a couple of effects. Let's go ahead and take a look at his noggin, which is actually quite nice. As you can see, he has yellow and red for the visor, silver for the face, and oh, surprise! He actually has eyes under there. He has some nice red eyes. I think the face actually looks kind of cool. And then, of course, he has the X on his visor on the sides. Of course, X-Men right here. Got the, I don't know, straps. Utility belt. I don't know if he actually has stuff in there. And of course, pretty much standard jet bits hanging off. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen, but it could have been a little bit better. There we are. Got nice and clicked into place. But I think he looks pretty decent overall. My main gripe, more than anything else, is these wings. I mean, really? Why? I mean, you could have little metal pins running through them or something to make. Yeah. Then again, if they weren't tight enough, they would still flop, and then you just would have floppy wings. But I mean, at least you wouldn't have to worry about losing them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for him. But let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. The head is on a ball joint and a mushroom, it looks like, or not. No, actually, it's on a ball joint. It's a mushroom peg at the base of the neck, which allows him to rotate a full 360, and then another hinge at the base of his actual head, where it connects to the neck, to give him the pretty much what you would have if it was a ball joint. Well, it's not supposed to come out like that, but shoulders can go out that far. If you want to get a little bit more by dislocating his shoulder completely, you can get a little bit more. And as you can see, these joints are kind of stiff, so it causes a little bit of things to come loose from transformation. And then, of course, full 360 right there, although these will get in the way. And then, of course, bicep swivel. About 9 degrees, pretty much exactly 9 degrees bend at the elbow. You got wrist rotation. He's definitely got some nice hips, it looks like. He can put his landing gear forward or all the way back. All the way back would probably be preferable. But you do get some side-to-side motion right there, and you get a little bit of an ab crunch. Don't know if it's 100% intended, but there is wiggly waggly, so you do get more of a standard action figure articulation there. And then, of course, he does have hip rotation, although the jet bits do get in the way. He can definitely do the full splits. Legs can go forward that far. So he's pretty articulate, pretty flexible. Legs, if you flip these up, and I may finagle a little bit, but they can only go maybe back about that far. Knees, due to double hinge, you get a little bit more than 90-degree bend at the knee. Then, of course, you have thigh rotation. Well, that kind of disconnects it, but you do have ankle tiltage, and the thruster is on its own ball joint. And then, of course, that's also more for transformation, but you do have some foot articulation as well. So definitely well-rounded when it comes to articulation, but and also overall aesthetic is pretty good. I actually do like having his face visible. I think that actually looks pretty cool like that, rather than him being Cyclops, because he is not Cyclops, he is X-Spance, so he's a different character. If it wasn't for the wings, like I said, if it wasn't for the wings, this guy is an awesome figure. I mean, he looks cool in both modes. The kibble is a little bit annoying, but as you can see, with a little bit of a fan mode, he does look a bit better than what he did for the standard official mode. So that's about it for X-Spance. If you liked this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. Until next time, have a good one, everyone.